welcome in. I'm Natalie. Today I'm going to review plank pose. This is a common pose in tons of yoga classes, especially if you do vinyasa or flow. We'll just kind of talk through the basics. A lot of times you might come into this from like a downward facing dog or maybe tabletop, which is what I'm in right here. So we'll just go over coming in from tabletop. But really kind of focusing on your feet. We want to be able to move from tabletop to plank pose to down dog without really adjusting our hands or most of our body. So just starting from a tabletop pose, when you move into plank, and plank is cued, instead of what's commonly just picking up and tucking your toes under, that'll kind of shorten up your plank and even your down dog there. So instead, if you're in tabletop and plank is cued, instead of picking up your feet, focus on rolling your toes over. So keep the tops of your toes as if they're glued to your mat, and then pick up your heels, your knee, and push your foot back. So you can see how that gives quite a bit of difference of tucking my toe, which I'm doing with this back leg, or when I roll my toes over, you can see there's a huge difference in my setup, my alignment. If I go in from just tucking my toes and trying to do a plank, really awkward, I have to move my hands. And the same is true for your down dog, it just is set up a little bit shorter. So again, coming from here into plank, keeping the tops of my toes down, and just rolling my feet back. Now I'm in plank pose. And then plank really strengthens up the whole body. You can start shaking pretty quickly. But pushing the mat away from you, keeping a roundness in your shoulders, and really squeezing everything. It's easy to kind of let your belly collapse in or kind of forget about your legs. So squeezing butt muscles, pushing the backs of your knees up towards the sky, charging through your heels, and then keeping that strong arms. Flat back, core in, reaching the crown of your head forward, and that's plank pose. Modification, of course, knees down. And sometimes if you're not in the mood for plank, just take a seat. And that is plank pose.